Hi, this is Dr. Pachenik, and I want to talk about the fact that Congress has been not only a waste of time and money, but it's presenting as a national security problem to the United States and to the world. What do I mean? While Congress is wasting our money and all types of bureaucrats are coming forth to pronounce idiotic statements about Trump and irrelevant statements that really have nothing to do with anything other than the fact that they have no work to do, that we have a bloated bureaucracy, we have a bloated Congress that really we don't need them, and we're wasting hundreds of millions of dollars. In the meantime, Paulson, the Secretary of Treasury, myself, and others who are concerned with national security are very concerned about China, because China is approaching a point where America and China are literally in economic warfare. That's not news. But our ships are already creating all kinds of problems in the South China Sea. When I wrote Pax Pacifica 20, 30 years ago, I warned about the Spratly Islands and the fact that China would increase its domain over Southeast Asia and South Asia. Now it has come true. And what's happening is our naval vessels are coming in and provoking all kinds of potential conflicts that we're not in control of. More importantly, the issue that's paramount is the fact that Congress, in its complete stupidity, just passed legislation which condemned the Hong Kong repressions by mainland China. That's nice in theory, but in reality, that's very antagonistic to Xi. And Trump, instead, came over on the newspaper, came out on the television stations and said publicly, I support Hong Kong, but more importantly, I'm working with Xi. And instead of all this nonsense on impeachment, I'm trying to create an agreement in trade that would be fair to both China and the United States. So what I'm saying is that this impeachment in Congress, both the Democrats and Republicans, are presenting as a national security problem unless we deal with China immediately in economic terms. What do I mean? China doesn't have to do that trade agreement. It will, however, come to terms with Trump on a certain level. What I'm really concerned about is that China can dump $1 trillion of American T-bills onto the markets, increasing the rate of our bonds, decreasing the value, flooding our markets, and in the meantime destroying their own economy, which is already destroyed, and at the same time economically destroying us. Why? Because Congress did not have to go out of their way to pass a unanimous legislation which had no meaning whatsoever on the ongoing trade war that we have with China, saying that they condemn China, that China's anti-American, anti-freedom. The point of fact is right now that Xi is on the One Belt, One Road warfare, which means that he's already co-opted 11 countries, Malaysia, Indonesia, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, and already put ports in them, as well as going into Pakistan and India, into the South China Sea, the Arabian Sea, and the Indian Ocean. And he's everywhere. At the same time, he's saying to the United States, you either make a deal with me, keep your mouth shut, and we can work together, or I will flood your markets with the T-bills. And that's what Paulson, the Secretary of Treasury under the Bush administration, was warning about when he came back. We can no longer wait and waste time on this impeachment. It is an incredible waste of money, incredible waste of our tax dollars, and an incredible waste of legislation which is not going anywhere, while at the meantime, none of these people are focused on the fact that we have an ongoing economic war which is approaching, unfortunately, a military kinetic war. Let me say the following. Napoleon once said, let China sleep, but when it awakes, beware. And now I'm saying to our Congress, stop this nonsense, stop this impeachment, and start focusing on our national security problems, which deals with China immediately. Thank you.